we received a question today that was pretty interesting, and someone asked, is being people-driven an important trait to have in business? Well, you know, that's a question that goes very close to the heart, because like I said, if you've been following some of our past videos, then you know I quit everything that had to do with corporate America because of the lack of people skills imbecile leaders had, and certainly had no understanding of the quality of people they had working for them, and so this constant fear of people becoming better than them, etc., actually guided their actions more than anything else. So in I think it was 2011 or 2012 that I really realized more than anything else that people are the one and only thing that can make or break a business. I used to believe that people held a lot of relevance on making or breaking businesses, but I certainly didn't really accept the fact that they were the only thing that made or broke a business until really that year. And I would say that one of the things that you need to consider is that people have potential, and there are some people that tap into that potential and some people who never will. If you think about most people, they tend not to tap into their potential until they get to that place where either their ass is against the wall or they really feel like they found their purpose and are able to deliver on that purpose, and that's why they drive themselves to such extent. In thinking about the importance of that, you know, one of the things that I've always done is train people to be better than me. And what I mean by that is, you know, when you hire people who not only, you don't hire people who just complement what you don't know how to do, but instead you hire people who not only are capable of doing the things you can't do better than you can, but who also amplify your strengths being around you. So if you think about like your journey into hiring the right talent and putting the right people into the right positions, then think about it as ultimately it's your ability to find people who are going to help make you better day in and day out, no matter what business, no matter what business model, no matter what venture or what you're doing. It's going to be about them helping you be better at it, while you helping them become better at the things they don't know how to do. So I think one of the biggest mistakes is that people often hire people just to complement their lack of skill, and then often forget about these other elements. But if you can't find people who amplify your strengths, then you're never going to grow, and this relationship is going to become something where you just give each other what you don't have, but you never take anything from each other. And I think it's really important to know that there's a big difference between the two. There's a significant difference between the two, and so I recommend anyone who hasn't, consider this in their employees, to reevaluate how they look at their team and see if there is indeed synergy where their team is amplifying their strengths as well, not just complementing their lack of ability to do something. So think about, like, this is where I kind of talk about leadership and entrepreneurship meeting and kind of getting stuff done together. When you think of yourself as a business owner or an entrepreneur, well, it's often difficult to hire the right people, because do you want entrepreneurial people, or do you want people who are not entrepreneurial? Do you want people who will be better than you? What if they steal your ideas? What if they go duplicate them? That's happened a lot. That happens a lot even in my field. The thing is, though, ideas can't be stolen. Ideas can never be stolen. What people do is they have their own interpretation of ideas, and so they can create their own versions of those ideas. Your vision can never be stolen because it's yours, even if you share it with someone, because it's not theirs. A vision is when that belief kicks in, with your confidence, and everyone's belief and confidence is different, so no two people will ever share the identical same vision. You, however, have a unique opportunity to hire the right talent. So, how do you know you're hiring the right people and not those that are just going to steal your ideas around execution and apply to their own vision? Well, you don't. And what I've always said is, it's our role as business leaders to help encourage growth. And to be generous enough with people, just like at some point someone was to us, to help grow talent, even if that talent one day turns against us. Now, many people would disagree with me, and many people would say, well, wait a minute, like, why would I want to train someone else to go out there and become my competitor? I don't think there's anything wrong with competition, and I don't think there's anything wrong at all with training people, even if we don't know for a fact that their long-term intentions are to go out on their own. It should be, I mean, if people are around us and we are entrepreneurs, then we are ultimately contagious, and we are going to make other people want to become entrepreneurs. But you have to understand that our own journey takes so long for us to get to where we are today that I don't think that training a one-year-old entrepreneur is going to be really a competitor to someone who's been in the business 10, 15 years. You just have to have enough confidence to believe that they're not going to impact your business negatively as long as you've never done anything wrong to them. So just because they are entrepreneurs on their own, you don't need to go fire them or think that there's no value in that. Instead, look at how you can help them, because if a project is dear to their heart and it's similar to yours, it's probably because you've inspired that out of them. So instead of just looking at that emotionally and turning yourself off to them and being like, yeah, I don't feel like being your friend anymore or helping you, perhaps you need to reconsider really the human capital responsibility that being a great business leader comes with. And you need to understand that doing things for people does not involve getting something back. It's just you're doing things with the hopes that better leaders will be out there creating better results. And that's all you can really expect out of people. So to answer your question, yes, it is better to be people-centric. In most cases, you'll end up getting a lot more value back for your business in the long term than you would if you weren't so people-driven and decided to undertake everything yourself. I mean, think about some of you out there like myself who don't have coding skills or don't have web skills, right? And yet you have a web like facade to your business. So, you know, we're not a web business per se, but however, a majority of our business is online. I'm not in the ebook business, but I am an author, so I am technically in the ebook business that I want to be or not. What I'm saying is that no matter how we look at it, every business has 100 facades and it has 100 different gateways that we need to master, and no single person should waste their time trying to learn all these gateways. It doesn't mean that they cannot do it, it just means that it's best if they just focus on what they're best at and let others do what they're best at as well.